Here we are with the next video in our series on the human body system. And this video is going to cover all about the muscular system. And so first, this should be a review for you all, but the muscular system is the body system responsible for movement. It works alongside the skeletal system to provide movement to the human body. What many people don't realize is that the human body is made up of over 600 different muscles, all of which are made up of a stretchy elastic tissue. Now I'm going to go ahead and clear this off because I want to talk about the three different types of muscles. And if you look at the diagram I've included, there are three types. We have the smooth muscle, we have the cardiac muscle, and then we have the skeletal muscle. All look a little bit different, so they all have a little bit different structure and all have very different jobs, so they all have a very different function. So let's begin by talking about the very first type of muscle, which is the smooth muscle. The smooth muscle is sometimes called involuntary muscle because you do not have to consciously decide to use this muscle. It works without you thinking about it. So we call this often involuntary muscle because it's not muscle that you are aware that is when it is being used. If you look closely, and I know it's difficult to see in this diagram, but if you look closely at the diagram, the smooth muscle is made up of sheets and layers of tissue. And it's found in some really special places of our body, and you can see, even included in the diagram right here, it's found in the internal organs. And I'm going to give you some examples of the internal organs that you can find smooth muscle. You can find it in the majority of the organs of the digestive system, in the esophagus, in the stomach, in both the large and small intestines. So esophagus, stomach, and both of the intestines, large and small, and then you can also find it in areas like the bladder. So that is our smooth muscle. Let's go ahead and clear that out and keep it moving. We're going to now talk about the second type, which is the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle, as you can probably see, is made up of one place in your body, and that is your heart. So this is heart muscle. Heart muscle. Again, just like the smooth muscle, it is involuntary. You don't have to think about your heart beating. It's controlled by the nervous system without you being conscious or aware that it's happening. Last but not least, we have the muscle we probably think of the most when we are thinking about muscles, because these are the ones that we try to make our muscles big and strong. It's our skeletal muscle, and the skeletal muscle is attached to the bones of the skeletal system, again by, if you remember back from the last video, tendons. So tendons attach these muscles, and you can see right here, here's a diagram. Tendons attach muscle to the bone, and sometimes you'll see skeletal muscle called striated. We call it striated because if you look closely, it has a striped appearance to it. And the interesting things, you'll also hear this called voluntary because these are the muscles that you think about moving, so you control. These are muscles that you have control over. So that leaves us right at 4 minutes, which is the perfect length for this video. And I will see you all in class tomorrow.